Now we know there is such a thing.
Well, they just get together and talk about bananas.
Possibly. Or maybe they just go bananas. I don't know. Who knows? If they are definitely getting more expensive. Now, at 11 minutes past 6, let's go to Carol. Yes, exactly.
The fan on.
Have to switch everything off and the heater off and everything.
Yeah, can you trust it?
There's a story here in the Times that I really love. It's how to learn to be happy. Apparently, you can teach yourself to be happy, but you have to keep practising at it. And do you know how you do it?
Bananas.
You go to the World Banana Forum. No, no. It's about making better use of your own brain and your mood. And if you have negative thoughts, writing them down. Meditation is supposed to be really good. Exercise is supposed to be amazing. And they say it's a little bit like the opposite of the current trend for self-care, which is like lots of thinking about how you feel. It's almost like thinking about other people instead and expressing gratitude for your friends. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Sally.
For being my friend.
That was very interesting. It's interesting. So, what the idea of writing it down?
Yeah,
almost
because
like clears
it clears
away.
it out of your head, so then you don't think about anything. You just put it down on paper and it's gone.
So it's like the opposite of manifesting, isn't it? It sort of gets rid of it rather than making it happen.
Yes.
Right,
Gets rid of bad stuff.
OK.
Making more room for good stuff.
Hang on.
That list isn't too long, John.
It's 20 past 6.
Now, Alfie was just 8 years old when he lost his dad to suicide. He said the loss left him feeling isolated, without anyone to talk to who had been through something similar.
Determined to change this, he set up Alfie's Squad. It is a support service for young people and their families bereaved by suicide. And Abby Smitten has been to meet Alfie and the children he's already helping.
Also coming up to...
as the programme goes on.
Yeah, do keep in touch with us about that, how expensive it might be to look after your pets at the moment. But now it's time to get the news, the travel and the weather where you are.
Simon Ward reporting for breakfast from Ashfield.
John is here with the sport this morning. Now, for the first time since becoming fully fledged members, Sweden and Finland are taking part in NATO's biggest military exercise since the end of the Cold War.
Yeah, these drills are amid warnings of a renewed threat from Russia following its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And Jonathan Beale reports for us now from the Arctic Circle. So many families watching this morning will be affected by that, won't they? That report from Tina Bean, talking to our reporter Charlie Jones.
Now, at 6:46, we're going to go to Carol with this morning's weather. So cute!
Orville!
I know!
It's been a while.
Orville not so popular as we maybe thought a few years ago.
Even with Keith Harris. What a brilliant place that looks. Lovely piece there from David.
Now, coming up here in a few minutes' time...
Brittany, who doesn't like bananas.
I bet there's loads of us.
I know, but they're the most popular fruit, aren't they?
They're super handy, I know.
They're really handy.
No.
Good for a packed lunch at this time of the day when you get ready
still
for the
can't
kids.
convince me.
Get a bit bruised.
And now they're really expensive.
OK, put a downer on the bananas. The World Banana Forum is not going to be happy with you,
Give me an
Sally.
apple forum.
Medication twice.
Now, scammers posing as genuine recruitment companies are conning people out of their money and personal information through fake job adverts.
Yeah, these fraudsters are posting sham vacancies online and through messaging apps to entice people into handing over their details. And Action Fraud has told us that the number of people reporting these scams is on the rise, as Fiona Irving reports.
Really?
Forget Hawaii, because surfers from across the globe are descending on the UK for what is described as the greatest ride on Earth. We are expecting, in the next couple of hours, a 5-star Severn Bore tidal wave.
I hope we're not building this up just a tiny bit too much. I know it's impressive. You particularly are excited about this, aren't you?
Yeah, it's the first time we've had one in daylight for a few years. A big one.
Is it, John?
It is.
A big one.
I'm off to get my surfboard.
Yeah, let's see. And your coat and your hat and your gloves. Fee Lambden is in Gloucestershire for us.
Hundreds of you this morning about the fact that a formal investigation will provisionally be launched into the veterinary industry after a review today by the competition regulator has highlighted multiple causes for concern.
Nina has more detail on this for us now. Indeed. Well, joining us now to tell us more about the...
Lots and lots of messages. Nancy's been in touch to say that their dog got a thorn in her eye just on Friday. Oh. It cost £600 for the vet unsuccessfully to try to remove it, she said, under anaesthetic. He then said you're going to have to take it to an emergency vet, which was estimated to cost £5,000.
Wow.
They declined that, went for a second opinion and found someone else who would do it for £2,000. Still a huge amount of money, isn't it? But saying that, you know, there are other options out there which might be considerably less. But, you know, keep those messages coming this morning. It's quite a picture we're building up.
John is here now. He ended his dreams of playing. He turned to refereeing grassroots games.
That was 44 years ago. Frank is now 90. He's still going strong, and Hannah Gray has been to meet him. Well done, guys.
Indeed.
It is 8:29 exactly, and now time to get the news, the travel and the weather where you're watching us this morning. Now, it's not just the beaches of California, as we have been saying, that where you can go surfing. We can go to the River Severn over in Gloucester, where surfers and kayakers, as you can see, have been heading to the banks of the river to catch what's being described as the great...
On their postcards.
Yeah.
Back home from Gloucester.
Everybody surfing.
I also wonder if Peter's the second biggest bore in the world. Who's the first? Don't answer. Don't answer. It's 8:51.
Now, before turning his hand to comedy, Jeff Norcott used to be a teacher and valued the merits of a university education. But now he is questioning whether the student life might be the right path for his son because it's very expensive.
It is. And Jeff has been travelling the country to see if going to the university is still worth the money. It's a new documentary. He's going to tell us all about it. But let's just have a quick look. It's available now on BBC iPlayer.
Do stay with us. The headlines are coming right up.
Our headlines this morning.
Now, surfers and kayakers have gathered on the banks of the River Severn to catch what has been described as the greatest ride on Earth as a tidal wave works its way. Excited about that this morning.
Less excited now, but you know, there's always another one. There's another one. They're like buses, Severn Bores. There's another one coming in a minute.
There's three, and then you wait ages for the next
another
one.
5 years.
There's also a little bit of a theme with the weather this morning.
Lovely to see you. In fact, Nigel, one of your relatives, Nigel Martin, has been in touch on Twitter, having seen Frank on the programme a bit earlier, says it's brilliant to see him looking so well. Nigel is one of Frank's relatives, and he says best wishes from all the family in Derbyshire. So thanks for getting in touch. Yeah.
Age is just a number.
It is.
Now, an investigation is going to be launched into the veterinary industry after a review by the competition regulator highlighted lots of causes for concern.
This is something that concerns loads of pet owners. Nina's been having a look on this again in the future.
That's it from us. We're back tomorrow from 6. Now it's time for Morning Live.
Morning.